Just ciao ciao.
Ciao,
Ciao. Mercato dei Pesci. Just pulled into Palermo, and behind me is a grande di Mercato dei Mare.
Mercato del Mare.
Say ciao ciao. Ciao to America. Ciao to America.
Ciao America, ciao.
Ah.
Ciao Biden.
Yes, just Giuseppe Biden. Sea urchin. Sì? Grazie, grazie. Il fantastico di Mercato di Mare. Fish market. I just walked upon a fish market here. You can't get any fresher than this. Come on, let's go to Palermo, everybody. Benvenuti a Sicilia. I'm here in Sicily, specifically in Palermo. Behind me are the gates to one of the openings to the city. You can see by the architecture influenced by Norman and Arab influence. I just had some arancini rice balls, which are also influenced by Arab food. Incredible place to visit. It's a busy place. It's a gritty place. I do the research for you, where to go, where not to go, things to do. Here we are in Piazza Pretoria. Very cool piazza to visit in the city center of Palermo. Very famous fountain with these statues coming out of the side of it. It's in restoration and only usable by artists. You cannot enter it, but it's an easy walk from your hotel. I'm here with my friend Bartolo Natali. Look at a beautiful day here in Palermo. We're inside the Cathedral of Palermo. It's one of three churches that are tied together with the one in Monreale and Cefalù. And inside is incredible mosaics and one of the greatest churches, originally influenced by Normans that were here in Sicily, about the year 1100 to 1200. Incredible inside, Cathedral di Palermo. I'm here with my friend Bartolo Natali. He lives in Montemaggiore Belsito. That's my ancestral hometown, about an hour and a half away. We are at the Cathedral of Palermo. We just came from inside. It's incredible. And Bartolo does not speak any English at all, and I speak pretty good Italian. We're getting along fine. He's showing me the city here, and behind me is the Cathedral di Palermo. Incredible Norman influenced church from the 1100s to 1200s. Look at this location here in Palermo. Behind me is the Palazzo Reale, which is amazing place where the seat of the Parliament is, but also there's a place in there called the Palatine Chapel, Cappella Palatina. Incredible. It's a little rainy today, but still inside. When you come to Palermo, you are going to go inside the Palazzo Reale. Inside Palazzo Reale, behind me is one of the painted Sicilian carts called Carrota. Just beautiful painted vehicle there that the goods were carried around by the Sicilians by hand or by donkey or horse. Inside Palazzo Reale, just amazing. We are inside the Palatine Chapel inside Palazzo Reale. It is incredible with gold mosaics everywhere. There's the altar behind me. When you come to Palermo, you have to come to Palazzo Reale and the Palatine Chapel. Cappella Palatino. It is stunning. It's about $12.50 a ticket. You don't need a reservation. It's incredible. I'm at the Museo di Pupo, the Marionette Museum here in Palermo. I first visited here in 1997. This is a new location. Look at the stage behind me and the marionettes. Great place if you're here with kids in Palermo, for sure, one of your stops. €5 to get in. You don't need reservations. It's easy to find by the port. Fascinating place. Look at this. Look at the marionettes over here to the left. We've got ones that are horses. They do a full-on show. It's fascinating. The music's great. The narration's great. And also, if you thought the marionettes were small, think again. They're almost the size of me. Look at this. Fascinating place, especially with children here in Palermo. Custom tours of Italy. Behind me is Teatro Massimo, the largest opera house in the world here in Palermo. It was closed in 1997 when I first started coming to Italy and Sicily. It was closed for 25 years of restoration. Well, it's been open for a few years. You might recognize it from the Godfather 3 movie, where they watched the opera and at the end walked out the steps there and Michael Corleone's daughter gets shot in the end. Spectacular sight, €8 to get inside for a tour. You don't need a reservation. Definitely on your list when you're here in Palermo. I'm inside Teatro Massimo on the guided tour for about 30 minutes. Have to be a little quiet here doing that. Took the mask off. Built in 1872, not completed until 1894. Just incredible inside. Teatro Massimo in Palermo. In the Rotondo intermission area, where during intermission, when this was built and the early years, this was the smoking area in the Rotondo, the Rotondo Grande. And they serve drinks in here now. No smoking inside, but this is the original smoking room inside the Teatro Massimo. Here I am at the Bolero Market in Palermo. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and the food stand here is there you go, very lively market. They're singing their songs and trying to get people to come over to their stand. This is the seafood stand where they are preparing the boiled octopus right out of the ocean last night. We're going to go over here and take a look at the boiled octopus. This is Mimo over here. Signore Mimo. Signore Mimo, proprietario of the stand that boils the octopus. Look at the octopus boiling in there. We're at the Bolero Market. All kind of fresh food, vegetables, fruit, meats, and the seafood stand here. Mimo proprietario. We're here at People's Shop, who sells all parts of the cow that they eat down here in Palermo. This is Pipo behind us, and Pipo, Bolito.
Bolito magro, bolito.
This is all parts of the car.
Aquano melaca, moda. E o panino camia, moza.
Yes.
Il più buono, il più buono.
E più buono. Sì.
Bollito.
Grazie, grazie tante, signore.
Ciao.
People sells all parts of the cow boiled all day long here. His grandfather started this shop. It's incredible. I just had some taste of some of his things. They're very different, but we're in the Bolero market. Incredible in Palermo, a little gritty. Got to be prepared for it, but you can do this also with
Il più
me.
bei panini. Il più bei panini.
Ciao, ciao. Welcome to Sicily on the way to Agriturismo Villa Daphne, about a half hour south of where the hometown of the Tedescos is, called Montemaggiore Belsito. I just pulled over to say hello to the sheep on the side of the road, very rustic. Look at Sicily. Sweet Jesus. Rolling green hills in the beginning of April. When in Sicily, do as the Sicilians do and walk your cattle down the street. Chris here with Custom Tours of Italy. I'm actually in the hometown of my great-grandparents. It's called Montemaggiore Belsito. It's about a half hour south of Termini Emerese and about an hour away from Cefalù. It's an hour and a half away from Palermo, and I'm in the square where the church is where my great-grandparents were most likely baptized. Chris Tedesco here in front of my great-grandmother's house on Via Niccolo Palmieri in Montemaggiore Belsito, researching my family tree. And this is a address here that is listed in the old documents of the Militello house. It's abandoned. We don't know how many years. We can't go in it. But this is where my great-grandmother and her family lived. And before they came to the United States, numero 28, di Via Niccolo Palmieri. Look at this. Can't even get in there. And I'm with my friend Bartolo Natali, who's taken me here by his car. Incredibile. I'm leaving Montemaggiore Belsito. I spent the day in the ancestral hometown of Francesco Tedesco and Antonina Militello. They left here in 1897. I believe there's some relatives on the Militello side, but none on the Tedesco side. It's a small town, not many residents. I had an incredible lunch at a place called Blue Moon, and my friend Bartolo Natali, who works at the Comune, helped me all day going around the town, and we just met a famous composer that's originally from here, and so I had a great day. It's hard to describe what a day this is, revisiting the hometown of the Tedescos and Militellos. I'm in Agrigento, Sicily, in the southern part of Sicily. It's easy to get to by train or bus. It's about 2 hours away from Palermo. And this is the Valle dei Templi, the Valley of Temples. The ancient Greeks were here and built these temples in about 460 BC. Many different people were on Sicily, ruling at some different time. Greeks, Phoenicians, Normans, Carthaginians, you name it, they were here living for a while. Every one of these temples faces east. Each one is spectacular. This is the Temple of Juno. Look at that, amazing. And you can come here too with me when we plan our Sicilian trip. Behind me is the Temple of Concordia here in the Valle dei Templi. The front faces east. There's also a temple within a temple. The columns are Doric in construction, probably covered with concrete or marble. Built in 440 BC by the Greeks when Sicily and southern Italy was called Magna Graecia.